Hades 1 by Supergiant Games, I believe, was a really good game. I loved the roguelike story combat aspect of it, even though I'm not like a super big guy into roguelikes myself. I really loved the way they were able to weave it all together and just create a really solid experience. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely recommend it. And running off of that success, they decided to make a sequel, which for sure, I mean, it was really good first game, so why not? But of course, now that they had the test run on the 17th on Steam, people got to see a couple of the new gods and what they look like and things like that. And of course, here we are. And with Kotaku, gotta love Kotaku. It's just fun to make videos on them. I swear. They are really happy that they addressed the one of the main issues that the first game had. And what is that main issue, you may ask? Well, let's see here. Lack of body diversity. Yep, you heard it right. Apparently, the first game was not diverse enough with its portrayal of the gods, and so they had to expand upon that. Now, I don't know if Supergiant actually did that because of the diversity or not. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The fact that they made an article praising this, it's Kotaku. I don't know what you expect. It says Hades painted a rigid picture of what godlike beauty could be, but Hephaestus is here to shake things up. Now, if you're somebody who lives under a rock and hasn't seen anything that has to do with Greek mythology, I would say, sure, all of them are ripped for the most part. I mean, there's a couple of them that aren't, maybe, but for the most part. But when you think about it, it's like, well, this has been around, an IP, if you will, for a very long time. And when you think about a god or a lower god or whatever, you would think about them, I don't know, maybe being a little more impressive than humans. And being more impressive would usually entail, I don't know, maybe being bigger, leaner, stronger, all the above. And so, who exactly that represented in human beings anyway was probably extremely slim. And even then, I mean, they were gods, so were they really represented? Oh my gosh. Even talking about this is just absurd to me. But anyway, yeah, apparently we needed this from the first game. Apparently, we needed gods who were fatter or bulkier women or what. They had another article too that I was trying to find because I saw other videos on it, but I can't find it anywhere. So they must have taken it down or something. Either that or they just hit it, shadow banned it. I don't know. It says Hades is famously known for its tight action gameplay, unmatched ability to weave narrative into a run-based roguelike, and for Supergiant Games making the pantheon of Greek gods fine as hell. The team said that the beauty is a virtue in the character design, but the fact that the original game lacked body diversity disappointed many. Who's many? This many has to refer to like 2 or 3 people who are even paying attention to that. Thankfully, it looks like the sequel, Hades 2, is taking a step forward in the front with Hephaestus, the god of the forge. And so it's like, sure, for Hephaestus, it's fine. I mean, I really don't care at the end of the day about this. It's the fact that they're saying this was an issue with the first game. It's like, my brother in Christ, we don't. Oh my gosh. The fact that. You make this. Representation doesn't have to be in all aspects. I mean, it's the Greek gods for crying out loud. Like, come on, my guy. What? Sure, Hephaestus might fit this because he fell from Mount Olympus, and he's gonna touch on that too. But I'm like, come on, dude. Like, even that, it's like he's a god. Like, there shouldn't be. Look at Thor in the Marvel movies. I mean, there was Fat Thor for a little bit when he let himself go, but then he went back to being Shredded Thor. And that was just kind of like a joke at that point. Was that for, excuse me, body diversity as well? I just, oh my gosh, it's just so ridiculous to me. I don't know if this is, it helps people like think that it's okay to be overweight and things like that, because I hate to break it to you, it's just not. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be like demeaning, but it's just healthier to be fit. And when you think of a god, you think of them being just a absolute unit. I don't know. And then when you think of a female goddess, you think of somebody who's just smoking. I don't know. That's just kind of what I think of, but maybe I'm wrong. So Supergiant showed off Hephaestus during his lengthy technical test stream on April 17th. He's a blacksmith on Olympus and one of many characters who gives the player boons to upgrade their abilities during a run. His appearance on stream is brief, but his portrait already caught the attention of fans, as he's a heavier set bear, a man who is bigger and hairier than the average Hades god in a sea of ripped gods. Well, I mean, that's my entire point, is that when you think of gods, you just think of them being jacked, ripped, able to do anything at a moment's notice. I don't know. Maybe my perception is skewed. But anyway, so that's what this article's about. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they think this was one of the drawbacks of the first game. Like, are people playing this game for representation, or are they playing it because it's an enjoyable experience? I don't know. Apparently, there was at least two people at Kotaku who were playing it for representation of fat people. I don't. This whole thing is ridiculous. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. It's interesting to hear what people have to say when you hear just weird stories like this. And if you guys are going to be playing Hades 2, I definitely look forward to playing it, because Hades 1, I actually haven't even finished Hades 1. So now that I think about it, I'll probably go back and finish it here. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace!